Hi, I'm Topher, and you can stand in my living room while I sleep. Just don't rob me. Or do, I don't care.
Hi, I'm Josen, and you can stand in. You can be stand-in. You can be upstanding. Okay, there we go. You can be upstanding. Outstanding.
Hi.
Sorry.
Hi, I'm Josie, and you can be my pussycat dolls.
Sure.
Probably the best one.
Welcome to Femmes React. We're here to watch my stand-in with Topher. It's the second episode. Our full reactions will be on Patreon because everyone is doing that, and because we have to cut these down, I think, for YouTube. So if you want to watch full reactions, either subscribe to Topher or ours, Patreon. Last episode, we started with the first one, and yes, I don't know what to think because they're setting up a lot of narrative and a lot of mystery, and it's interesting because, you know, why did Ming call him before he died? Why does Joe love him so much? Is he just like a simp for love at first sight? Why is there so much hype around this show? We'll find out.
Why does everyone hate Ming?
Can you love someone so much that you'll F somebody who looks like them from behind? Is that enough for the start of a relationship? But I think it is. I mean, like, people can remind you of celebrities and you'll like them.
Like, it happened in Australian Bachelor where someone lost the Bachelorette, and then the person who won his season when he got chosen to be the Bachelor was kind of a carbon copy of his Bachelorette.
If you know what I mean. So, you know, people have a type, so like...
I mean, there's a type, and then there's just like being creepy.
I don't think it's creepy. I mean, if I met someone who looked like Cao Tong, or anybody else that I love, you know.
And then you just start calling them Cow Tongue.
I wouldn't. What?
My name is Joe. No, okay, Cow Tongue. I mean Joe.
Well, thankfully, this series makes everything easy, and every character's name is Joe. So no one's feelings look at her. I thought that they were setting up an interesting love octagon. I don't know if it can be a triangle, because what was it? Ming loved
Tong.
What's his face? Tong, who loved Ming's sister, and then Joe loves Ming, and then Ming's sister loves no one. I don't know. Like there are a lot of lines in this. I don't know that any of them are actually connecting to make a nice closed figure. I'm curious to see how much time we'll spend in the past, because obviously there's a rich, salacious history between Ming and Joe 1. So I'm curious how much time, if we're going to stay like in the past and then come present day, or if we're going to do a lot of back and forth, bouncing between the two. I still have questions about what happened with Joe 1's body and why it took 2 years for him to jump into Joe 2's body and whatnot, which we'll see if they explore that. And yeah, there's just a lot of open-endedness, but I was very intrigued. I was very intrigued. Ming had a lot of nerve, just like strolling up into his house like, hey, take me home. Hey, let's go upstairs. Hey, sir, I just met you. Can we calm down? We'll see.
Yeah, I ended up rewatching the first episode again on a part of the stream that doesn't end.
Twitch.tv/synergy.
And one of the things that did struggle to be the second time, and especially the first time, and this is beyond, like, it's just a very important service announcement. Don't have sex with drunk people if they're drunk or whatever, and even if they're initiating it, and even if they're at the top, just don't. Because the whole time I still remember this, watching this in the first episode, I was like, is he even going to remember this in the morning? This is something that you're doing and you're giving, and it's special to you, and it's your first time doing it that way. I see Ming as the type of person, he was so drunk he doesn't remember it, or that's what he was giving, or he can use that as a cover, or he'd be like, oh, you had sex, or whatever. It just don't do it just to protect you and your heart, all of the other kind of things, because that
Legally, protect yourself legally.
right. I'm just saying there's it gets into you that gray area about, you know, plausible deniability, and not plausible deniability, but it's just like drunk people really can't consent, you know, and it's getting into that, and that is I guess, you know, the lesson that we're all learning or whatever. So I just wanted to make that little thing right there. Ming is very self-centered so far in this pilot episode, because it was like he was going through pain, and so he called Joe. And even when Joe was there, Joe is a means to an end for him instead of like a person, whatever. But it's a pilot episode, and this is where we lay down the story. Mm-hmm. We don't really, and that's horrible storytelling if you give everything out front, because if you tell me everything up front, why the fuck should I follow the rest of the story?
Like
so
love,
we still
don't give everything up front. No, I don't know how to love works, so.
Yes, don't give it all up front. Make them work. Make them beg. Make them give you money.
Subscribe to our Patreon.
And we'll love you forever. Or at least a month.
We'll love you, but not be in love with you. But, like I was saying, no, I have no idea what I was saying when I was interrupted by everybody. We don't know the relationship with the brother and the sister and Ming, because it looks like Ming was trying to get something from the brother-in-law, but he wasn't getting that. And I don't know if it's time, attention, or special attention. I don't know how much the sister knows. I don't know like what's going on with that. We just know that Joe's boss has a lot of tattoos and his wife cooks.
Joe can get it.
And so I'm glad that it's like, it's keeping me interested to say, okay, what happens next? And that's all. That's what I need. I need a story to stay interesting.
And again, the intro theme is just everything.
Oh, this guy, yep.
This is like big metal rock. Mm-hmm. Like, I just back in the day, they just do big, They were like, you know what? We got one song to play. We're gonna put everything in this one song. They did that every time. Leave it on the stage.
Nipples. I do love the layout of his apartment. It's just.
I've always wanted, like as a little kid, a loft apartment, just an open floor plan.
What
are these marks on your chest, sir?
It's a stuntman.
Oh, okay. I thought it happened last night.
พี่พยายามถามทางกลับบ้านหมิงแล้วว่าแต่หมิงเมามากเลยเมื่อคืนเรา
This is what I was
ไม่เป็นไรนะพี่โอเค
It's not a good look.
คุณว่ามีคนจามตอนเสร็จปะ
Oh, so you remember something.
ว้าใครมันจะไปจามตอนเสร็จ
So clenched down, that's what I'm hearing. Broke it off near the circle.
อีกสักทีไหมมิงไม่เอาแล้วพี่หมดแรง
Aren't you rolling me out? Sir, I just said no.
เชี่ยพี่มีคิวเช้าอ่ะไปก่อนนะ
Bro, you've been up, sitting up for like the last hour and a half looking at your phone. What you mean?
พี่ตรงเขาไปกองปะ
ไปนะทำไมหรอ
Because I love him.
ผมไปด้วยดิ
โอเค
He's gonna stand in for Tong and his love eventually, one day. That's what you want as a stuntman. I'm just seeing all the connections, all the connections.
เลยมาครึ่งชั่วโมงอะพี่โดนพี่เป้าเล่นแน่เลยว่ะ
พี่ห้ามบอกใครเรื่องเมื่อคืนนะ
รู้แล้วแต่ถึงพี่บอกไปแล้วก็ไม่มีใครเชื่อพี่อยู่ดีอะ
ผมพูดจริงๆนะ
John?
What did I get involved in?
ไม่บอกใครหรอก
If a man grabs me like that and looks at me and says, "You can't tell me," but that tells me that I don't need to do it ever again.
Right?
Once was enough. Girl, you're still late though.
Oh, great. So, going back to the first episode, that accident may have not been an accident.
เดี๋ยวผมเล่นให้ก็ได้ แต่ถ้าเกิดว่าอาการผมแย่ลงเนี่ยแล้วอาจจะต้องพักกอง
What condition?
สัปดาห์ถึง2 สัปดาห์ก็อย่าว่ากันนะพี่
Because from the sound of it, it's from this episode, last episode, you just seem like you don't want to be on set at all. So, like, what is your condition?
ได้ไอ้โจ
ครับ
เปลี่ยนชุดไปฉากเนี้ยมึงเล่นแทนมัน
Poor Joe, he's getting pushed around. Oh, because
My
of
condition
Tom.
is I'm a star.
ป่าก็ใจเย็นดิ
So I will do no scenes unless I am sitting in a chair.
บีบน้องหน่อย
If I have to do any sort of physical activity, I'm sorry, I can't be in the scene.
จะเล่นนะเดี๋ยวมา
I mean, she's standing. But okay.
Like some Robin Hood men and thieves. Stand up.
I mean, if we got to do it again, it's going to take us like 45 minutes to get dry and redo our hair and makeup. So, like, tell us now. We're running out of sunlight. Awesome. I disagree, but
I know.
Everybody's standing up.
She didn't even feel like she was drowning. She could have been like whatever. You know what? Whatever. Why does Ming look pissed?
why does Ming do anything? I don't know.
เล่นเป็นไง
Why is Ming?
ผมอิ่มแล้วอ่ะพี่ งั้นให้ผมป้อนได้ปะ
It's like, bitch, I gave up my virginity for this shit. What the?
สีเขียวฮะ ได้
Some bullshit.
How are you dating his sister? Are you really sure you can do, I mean, like, okay, bros are bros. That's fine. What am I saying?
อร่อยเหมือนเดิมเลย
Hey, bros can be bros. That's fine.
Bros can
Fine.
just feed
Yeah,
bros.
it's fine.
ขออีกคำได้ป่ะ
ได้เลยครับ
Two bros sitting in a booth, feeding each other because they're not gay.
That's way too intimate that I'm used to. Here, why are you here? Why are
So
you
she like give a ride home with the other guy? Hello. How was your day? Nice to see you. No? Okay. Just get in the car and bitch face.
มิงเรียกพี่มามีอะไรเหรอ
พี่เป็นไบเหรอ ฮะ หรือว่าพี่ดูแลนางเอกดีแบบนี้ทุกคนเลยปะ
Huh?
อ๋อ
What concern is it of yours?
เวลาอยู่กับผู้หญิงพี่เลยไม่คิด
Are you jealous?
ก็เลยสนิทกับช่างหน้าแบบนี้
My lord!
ยิ้มมานะ
Were
พี่
you
เป็นคนชวนมันทำ
Were you jealous of what I was doing with the
เราสองคนเรียนมาเดียวกัน แล้วนี่หมิงเป็นอะไรเนี่ยโกรธพี่เหรอ
ใครโกรธ ผมถามดูเฉยๆอะ
Okay, bye. Okay.
I mean, you can ask from outside my car.
Wait a
ถามหมิง
minute.
บ้างได้ปะหมิงก็ดูสนิทกับพี่ตรงนี่ชอบพี่ตรง
Now he gonna get mad. You can't ask me that.
ห้ามพูดแบบนี้อีกนะ พี่ตรงก็เป็นแฟนพี่สาวผม
So? So?
อ้าวเหรอ
Is that why you were sitting on his lap feeding him snacks?
คือพี่ไม่รู้นี่ว่าพี่ตรงเขามีแฟนแล้วอ่ะแล้วนี่หมิงเป็นอะไรเนี่ยฮะ พี่ขอโทษ พี่แค่ดีใจด้วย
God, I'll just cut off ties here. I ain't got time for it.
ตอนนี้เย็นนี้อยากกินอะไร กิ กินหม้อไฟไหมเดี๋ยวพี่ทำให้
ไม่เป็นไร
Okay.
ผมจะกลับไปที่บ้าน
I do like the soundtrack though.
Okay.
Oh, Joe.
This is what you're not going to do, though. You're not going to like call me, summon me.
Joe, if you go any further with Ming, everything is your fault except for dying.
You being the side piece
Tina tayo,
to your sister's man, and I'm the side piece for that. But you're getting mad at me that I may have a side piece.
He's not even a side piece though.
Not even a side piece. That would be like a main piece or an equal piece.
พี่กลับบ้านดีๆนะ
I've spent as much time with these people as I have you. Sir.
Oh,
จำไว้นะว่างานหลักของสตันคือการดูแลร่างกาย
Make sure your stomach, your abs are tight when you're doing that.
oh. I don't know if I want him to do that to me or not.
Sir, I need you to be able to separate your job from your personal
ไม่
life.
เจอลินิน
I don't think he's mad. I think that's normal.
You better come downstairs in nothing but a robe.
สวัสดีป้ามนสิลูก
ไหวไหม
Bitch.
Oh, you're sitting on me too? Okay, alright, okay. Okay.
ฝึกหนักขนาดนี้แล้ว
It's like I bought him one time. Now I'm gonna sit on everybody.
สมาธิคือสิ่งสำคัญที่สุด
Ooh.
ว่าเราพลาดไว้แต่
He lost
Following
focus.
that,
Oh my
he
god.
lost focus because Ming.
Yes.
Girl, focus. You're at work.
น้อง
Somebody might die if you don't focus.
งานกินท่านะ
Maybe you.
Hello, Ming and your thin
ทำ
belts.
อะไรอ่ะ พอดีว่างๆอะพี่ ก็เลยแวะมาหาหน่อยอ่ะ พี่ยุ่งอยู่หรือเปล่า
โอ้ย
Not busy at all. I'm not at work. I'm not doing nothing.
น้องไปกินนะ
That's okay.
ดีแล้วครับ
Oh,
Maybe kinda young.
oh,
Girl? In this dirty ass bathroom?
หมิง
It's pride. We can't act like we're above this.
ทำอะไรเนี่ย
I'm above a lot of things.
หมิง
that makes one of us.
เดี๋ยวพี่ต้องไปสอนต่อ
I guarantee
Now-
neither of them had their HPV shot, okay? I don't know what they can contract in this bathroom.
I guess when nature calls, you got to pick up the phone.
I was like, no, I want to see you from the front. Yes.
Right? He's looking at the mirror.
อดทน
Oh,
Girl, we don't have a condom this fast. I mean, this
I mean,
อย่าร้อง ไม่ว่าจะเจ็บแค่ไหน
at this point, if y'all ain't worried about catching things in this bathroom, y'all don't need a condom, I guess.
right.
โอ้ยหมิงหมิงโอ้ยหมิงเบาๆหน่อยหมิงพี่จะไม่ไหวแล้วหมิง
I assume we're cutting that part out for the YouTube edit. Yep.
นี่หมิงชอบ
Have you
ข้างหลั
noticed?
งเหรอคือพี่เห็นหมิงทำแต่ท่านี้หมิงพอแล้วพี่เหนื่อยหมิง
พี่ก็ห้ามผมสิ
Lord. No,
What's
no.
that thing? What?
That's a choice.
and those pigeons. Yes.
ทำไมพี่ใส่แล้วไม่ดูดีแบบนี้บ้าง
Lord, he's got us so bad. The dick wasn't that good, baby. It can't
ทำไม
be.
อ่ะ
ทำเบรกฟาสต์
You know, when it's your first time, you really don't have anything to compare it against.
ไม่สบแล้วกัน
You think this is the best thing,
I suppose.
but then after you get some like
เหมือนนั้นเลย
ability to compare it, you have like a larger sample size, then you're like,
มาขออีกทีนะมาค่อยๆลงโอเคดีมากค่อยๆลง
He got him some dick, and all of a sudden, he
ดีมาก
Mary Poppins in this training room.
right? You're like, what's it?
ค่อยๆเหนื่อยไหมเก่งเอาไหวไหม
Who is
ไหว
he?
ไหมค่อยๆลงโอเคเราเป็นไงฮะ
What's wrong with him?
โอเค
Okay.
Okay.
ทอนกลับมาตั้งแต่เมื่อไหร่อ่ะ
So,
เพิ่งกลับมาเองพี่
I enjoy the aesthetic.
ไม่ต้องไหว้ก็ได้
I do love this Neapolitan ice cream sweater vest he got.
Yes, you just want to lick him up.
Yes.
Everybody smokes.
พี่ยังโกรธผมอยู่อีกเหรอ
Oh,
อ๋อ ไม่ได้โกรธพี่จะโกรธ
I found Dick. I'm good.
ตั้งนานแล้ว พี่ลืมไปหมดแล้ว
แต่ผมยังจำได้เลยนะทุกสิ่งที่พี่ทำให้ผมอะแต่ตอนนั้นผมยังเด็ก ผมเลยคิดว่าพี่
ทำไม คิดว่าพี่เข้าหานายเพราะว่าพี่หวังจะเคลมนายเหรอ
Whoa.
huh? What?
นายไม่ผิดหรอก
What?
อย่างว่านะวงการนี้มันมีแต่พวกฉวยโอกาสทั้งนั้นแหละ
แต่ผมรู้แล้วนะ
So you came back?
ซอน พี่ไม่เคยโกรธนายเลยนะนายรู้ป่าวว่านายเป็นความภูมิใจของทีมเราเลยนะ นี่พี่จะบอกให้นะ MV ของเราอ่ะ พี่ดูทุก MV เต้นได้ทุกเพลง จะดูไหม เต้นดูสัก2-3 เพลงเอาไหม
สัก2 เพลงแล้วกันพี่
ห้ามหน่อยดิ
I'm a stunt man, not a dance choreographer.
เต้นเลยนะ
พี่โจจริงๆแล้วที่ผมกลับมาครั้งเนี้ย
It's for
ไม่ได้มี
you.
แค่เรื่องงานหรอก
Yes.
ผมคิดถึงพี่อะ
In what sense?
Okay.
I mean, I did text you saying I was gonna be late.
Once again,
Also, it's not your fucking house, so I don't have to text you to say I'm gonna be late.
we aren't anything.
He's not mad yet. I mean, let's not jump to assumptions.
What you mean?
First of all, what you doing in my house?
Oh, awkward. Oh,
Awkward what? There's nothing awkward about anything.
there's
He was
an.
drunk and his friend brought him home.
กุญแจอยู่ไหนอะ
It's nice to
เป็น
meet
ใครอะ
you.
Right, who are you?
แล้วคุณอะเป็นใครอะผมเป็นรุ่นน้องคน
I'm the person who brought Joe home.
วันนี้เราไปฉลองกัน พี่โจเขาโดนหัวหน้ามอมอะขอบใจนะ เดี๋ยวผมดูแลต่อเอง
But who are you?
Really? Who are you? You didn't answer the question.
Because Joe's not identifying you, so you could be anybody, as far as I'm concerned. Okay.
ไม่ต้องห่วงนะ ผมจะดูแลอย่างดีเลย
Will you really? You just told him like not to tell anybody that you did something.
Lord.
Why the fuck am I on the floor? I'll take care of him.
Yeah, that's how we took care of him.
Burrito blanket on the floor.
He threw him off a cliff. That's how we took care of him.
ถ้าจะเหม็นเหล้าขนาดเนี้ยนอนพื้นไปนั่นแหละ
Sir, this is my house.
Joe has a degradation kink.
You okay? So first of all, you stink of
ไม่ได้เลยอะ
alcohol.
พี่วุฒิเหรอ
หล่อกว่านั้นเยอะ
อ๋อ ซอนนะดิ
So you agree he's
เมื่
handsome?
อก่อนซอนเขาเคยเป็นน้องในทีมพี่อะแต่ว่าเดี๋ยวนี้ไปเป็นไอดอลที่
You don't have to explain yourself. You don't gotta explain the damn thing.
เขาก็อุตส่าห์มีน้ำใจมาส่งพี่ถึงที่นี่นะ ถ้าเมื่อคืนผมไม่อยู่โอ้พี่คงได้ใช้ถุงยางไปแล้วมั้ง
No.
No.
Doesn't matter.
But even if I did, yeah, none of your business.
หึง
Right.
พี่เหรอ
ใครหึง
Yes.
ก็ถ้าไม่หึงอะแล้วหมิงจะโมโหทำไม
พูดจาดีๆหน่อยนะ คนอย่างพี่มีอะไรให้ผมหึงบ้าง
Wait, what? What's in me to make
What
you?
you're not gonna do is come in my house.
ขอโทษ
First of all, I have a
อย่าหลง
hangover.
ตัวเอง
You can go back to your mama's house.
พี่
I'm so
มัน
full
แค่
myself.
stand in
And you can go stand in your mama's house. Goodbye.
You know what? You're right. I'm just a stand-in. I would hold that over his head. I'm like, don't come over here. I'm just a stand-in. I feel bad for these guys.
They're so confused.
ใจให้ถูกหลัก ถึงอกหักอะแต่ก็ยังแข็งแรง
Can we go back to punching me? Like,
Can you just kick me in the face, please? I miss this. I'm trying to sit up. You're such a downer.
is that what Joe made him last episode? Or does he miss it? Oh, is this his sister?
เอามิงหิวเหรอ เดี๋ยวเจ๊ทำอะไรให้กิน
ไม่เป็นไรเจ้ทำเสร็จแล้ว
เฮ้ย เดี๋ยวนี้หัดกินอะไรแบบนี้ด้วยเหรอคะเนี่ยคุณชาย เมื่อก่อนถ้าไม่ได้มิชลินนี่ไม่กินเลยนะ
เจเวอร์
เป็นอะไรอ่ะหึทะเลาะกับม้ามาเหรอ ถึงได้หนีมานี่เนี่ย
เปล่าอ่ะหญิงแค่เบื่อ
ไปเที่ยวกันไหมเดี๋ยวเจ๊ชวนพี่ตรงขวัญใจของเราไปด้วย
Do you mean beloved? But how do you mean like that? Like as a bestie, or do you know?
วันนี้มีงานอยู่กับเจ้2 คนอ่ะ
Does she know her little brother is in love with your boyfriend?
I'm just playing.
เจ๊ไปเอาช็อกโกแลต แล้วก็มานอนดูการ์ตูนด้วยกัน ดีไหม
พวกเราไม่ใช่เด็กๆแล้วนะ
Sound good to me.
Right? We're not kids anymore. Let's watch cartoons.
On IQ.
Oh, they're watching IQIY.
What are they
Ooh,
watching?
A chocolate fountain. Fondue fountain. And there's cartoons on IQIY.
ตอบกันได้ไหมเจ้
Well, see, I need that fountain to be bigger because there's barely enough space for me to get this stuff under and get it covered in chocolate.
เปล่ารู้เลย
Right. Well, actually, they should be doing it on the lower levels.
ที่เราสองคนไม่ได้มาชิลกันแบบ
Like, I need this saturated, not just a little drip. Y'all doing it
มี
wrong.
แฟนอ่ะ
ก็ช่วยไม่ได้ คนมันสวยปะ
Can't swipe.
เห็นฉากแบบนี้แล้วถึงตอนเด็กเลยเนาะวันนั้นถ้าหมิงไม่ดื้อลงไปเล่นน้ำคนเดียวอ่ะเจ๊คงไม่ต้องเดือดร้อน
ใครบอกล่ะ ถ้าวันนั้นเจไม่ช่วยหมิงไว้นะ ป่านเนี้ย เจก็มีน้องชายตัวแสบแบบนี้เล่าอย่าคิดมาก
What are they talking about?
แค่แรกก็
I
บ
don't
อก
know.
นิดหน่อยเนี่ย
He probably almost drowned and she saved him.
เจ๊ห้องที่หมิงไม่อยู่อ่ะเจ๊มีความสุขไหม
มากเลยแหละ
Duh.
ไม่ต้องมาคอยปวดหัว แต่ก็เหงามากด้วย
จะเหงาอะไรล่ะมีพี่ตรงอยู่ทั้งคนเนี่ย
ไม่เหมือนกันปะสำหรับเจนะ ครอบครัวสำคัญที่สุด
ใช่ครับครอบครัวสำคัญที่สุด
น้องหมิงล่ะหึมีความสุขไหม
It's funny.
หมิงเห็นเจ้มีความสุขอ่ะ
ยังไงถ้ามีเรื่องอะไรอ่ะหญิงเองอ่ะ ก็มาปรึกษาเจได้ทุกเรื่องเลยนะ
I want to sleep with your boyfriend.
All right, I'll let you borrow him for a week. Oh my God! flip them. Oh my god.
ถ้าไม่เอาจริง พี่โดนผมน็อก
You better take me take me down to Paradise City.
Can we do it on the mats?
See, forget about Ming. Forget about Ming. This is where you belong, right here, baby boy.
Actually, this is like some hardcore, like flirty, like.
Yes.
Oh, bring back some memories. Okay.
So man. Wow. Now they're dancing.
Like a dip.
Yes, come on, Tango. Oh, not you, judo chopping me in the neck.
Ouch. Okay, that's okay. Ow.
I mean, you could have just like hissed me or like let me down and said, "Okay, I win." You have to like knock my ass out.
Right? That's my oxygen.
And he's dead.
Okay, well, R.I.P.
I mean, the music tells me he's not dead, but like,
พี่พุทธเล่นกูแน่ยังไงนายก็เป็นน้องรักของพี่เสมอนะ
No, why are you
bro,
getting?
that's not what I'm asking. That's not what I'm asking.
ผมไม่ได้อยากเป็นน้อง
I don't want to be non-zoned.
ไม่ได้อยากเป็นเพื่อน ผมอยากเป็นแฟน
I mean, he's offering you something that Ming
พี่ย
is
อมรับนะ
not.
ว่าเมื่อก่อนพี่เคยแอบชอบนายตอนนั้นนายเท่ซะขนาดนั้นนะ
I'm still cool. I'm even more cool than yesterday.
แต่พอเวลามันผ่านไปเรื่อยๆเนี่ยพี่ก็พอจะเข้าใจแล้วว่าความรักจริงๆนะมันเป็นยังไง
It's not what you have with Ming. It's not what you have with Ming.
มันคือการที่ใครคนหนึ่งทำให้เรารู้สึกเหมือนเราได้กลับบ้าน
Really?
How has he made you feel like that?
ใครคนหนึ่งที่ทำให้เรารู้สึกเหงาถึงแม้ว่าเราจะอยู่คนเดียวได้ก็ตาม
Okay.
พี่หมายถึง แฟนพี่คนนั้นที่อยู่ที่บ้านน่ะเหรอ
No. Okay. I mean, you're whatever.
Yeah.
We don't have titles, so
เขา
no.
ไม่ใช่แฟนพี่หรอกนะ ถึงแม้ว่าพี่จะอยากให้เขาเป็นมากแค่ไหนก็ตาม
Okay.
Oh, that was a smile, Ming. You what? What?
Keep talking. Say the words. I'm just a stand-in. Let's get.
ผมน่าจะกลับมาให้เร็วกว่านี้นะ
Yeah,
should
have. Not you leaving my doors wide open.
Mosquitoes and stuff.
กลับมาแล้วเหรอ
Of course, it's my house.
แล้วนี่หมิงเข้ามาได้ไง
Right.
You told him where the key is.
รู้ปะ
It's fine.
ว่าพ่อแม่พี่ตายตั้งแต่พี่ยังเด็ก
Okay.
พี่ก็เลยโตมาแบบลำพังคนเดียว แล้วความฝันของพี่ก็คือ การที่พี่กลับบ้านมาแล้วมีไฟเปิดอยู่ แล้วก็มีกลิ่นอาหารหอมๆลอยเข้ามา พร้อมกับมีคนถามพี่ว่า กลับมาแล้วเหรอ ขอบคุณนะหมิงที่ทำให้ฝันของพี่เป็นจริงอะ
Girl, calm down.
Oh my god, that's a lot to
One
put
day.
on somebody.
ถ้าพี่ชอบพี่ก็ปั๊มกุญแจไว้ให้ผมดิ
That's a lot to
No.
say back. Don't commit to it.
นี่หมิงหมายความว่าไงอะ
Ming.
เอ้า
Ming.
พี่เป็นคนชวนผมเองไม่ใช่เหรอวันก่อนอะ
นี่หมิงจะย้ายมาอยู่
What the fuck? How long has that? How
จริงเหรอ
much time has passed?
แต่ผมมี2 ข้อ
I hope you have a set of spare locks that you can change at a drop of a dime, cause like,
เราจะไม่ยุ่งเรื่องส่วนตัวของกันและกัน
โอเค แล้วข้อ 2อะ
ข้อ 2 พี่ต้องห้ามยุ่งกับคนอื่น โดยเฉพาะไอ้โอปป้าของพี่
Okay, sir, this is my house. I make the rules. You're not going to move yourself into my house and tell me the rules.
แค่พี่กลับบ้านมาแล้วพี่เจอหมิงก็พอ
There's something problematic about this. I'll talk about it later.
Wait, are there a couple
You
or not?
notice-
แล้วคืนนั้นหมิงหึงพี่เหรอ
ถ้าพี่ถามอีกผมจะเปลี่ยนใจแล้วนะ
เอ้า
Ask
พี่อยาก
again.
ได้ยินนี่นะ
Ask.
บอกพี่หน่อยนะหมิงหึงพี่เหรอหึงพี่เหรอ
Keep asking.
ฮะอะไรนะไม่ค่อยได้ยิน
ก็พูดไปแล้วไง
ก็พี่ไม่ได้ยินนะพี่อยากได้ยิน
ก็
อี
พูดไปแล้ว
ก็พี่อยากได้ยินอีกนะหึงพี่เหรอ
โอ้ย
นะ
ถึงไปเลยถึงไปเลย
อืม
อะไร
อืม
อะไรของพี่เนี่ย
อืมอืม
We want to lady and tramp this.
Bitch, what did you think I was going to do?
มีอะไรมี
พี่ก็กินของพี่เอง
ก็มากินกันก่อนแบบเมื่อกี้
ไม่เอาแล้วเอามานี่เลยผมตักให้
เอาอีก
ไม่เอาแล้ว
ตักมาเร็ว
กินเองเลย
ไม่เอากินแบบเมื่อกี้อีก
ไม่กินแล้ว
กินอีก ถ้าขออะไรได้ข้อหนึ่ง
เอาไข่ไหม
ผมจะขอให้ค่ำคืนนี้ ยาวนานไปตลอดกาล
Well, it didn't come true because you died.
แต่เสียดายที่มันคงเป็นไปไม่ได้
กินเองเลย
ไม่เอากินแบบเมื่อกี้
Yep.
ไม่กินแล้ว
That's right. Where's that nightmare that you said was happening?
สั้นไปปะไม่เอา
Okay.
That's cute.
It was cute.
But I got some.
You got feelings.
You know what? Yeah, let's get into
It's
it,
not-
DC. Let's get into it. Okay, my stand-in episode 2. DC, what are your thoughts?
Several thoughts when he was like, okay, don't tell anybody about this. I was like, okay. So Tom killed Joe because the accident and at the beginning of it was, a stunning accident or whatever. I think it was foul play and that he actually killed him. Someone found out that they were dating. Either Tong did or someone in the family. The families, or it seems like the sister, Ming, was trying to set up, as tradition or whatever, that all their marriages are arranged. I think that's what happened with Tong and his sister, that they have an arranged marriage or whatever, and they're not really like feeling each other, like whatever, like that. But then as an arranged marriage, as something for just, we're just looking at for the outside world, Tong is actually gay and he's actually with Ming. And he likes that, all of that with Ming. But Ming has been playing this whole thing with Tong for such a long time that's why he was like, okay, I have to still play up to this because there's something about Tong that is dangerous in that. I mean, he killed Joe. Well, he may have killed Joe. He may have whatever. We don't know. So that's my thought with that. I think it wasn't just like an accident. It was purpose because of that little warning.
Wait, do you think they're together already, Tong and Ming? But like secretly?
Yes. I think they're already together, and I think that Tong is really, he went through with the arrangement or whatever. I think that he's like gay or just not interested in his sister. So, because they're kind of forced together, and that's not unheard of for people being arranged marriages or arranged relationships. They're doing it because the culture, because of tradition, or because for the family or whatever. But we'll just do that, but we'll have our own little things on the outside. One of the things that was a red flag for me is that when they decide, well, first of all, I don't know how much time has passed. Episode 1, episode 2. And it's just like they've only been together 3 times. And so I don't, maybe sometimes in B-Real world, sometimes it's like 3 weeks have really passed or 4 weeks. But this is, I'm like, y'all moving in already? Like, it just seems really, but besides all that, first of all, the first one was just like, Ming was the only one making the rules. Like, when you are making the rules of the game, they're going to be tilted towards you and what you want. Joe just went along with it because he was just so blinded and just so puppy love or whatever. Already, that's not a equivalent. It's not an equal power sharing relationship to begin with. Second of all, the rules that he came up with, like, we don't ask about each other's life, but already beforehand, Ming is like, who's Saul? Who's this? Who is that person? Who is this? And trying to get all up in his life, and already he's just like, oh, just don't fuck up my sweet thing, but I can come into your. Joe doesn't have to tell him about it because he's moving into his house. You don't have to dig up dirt on somebody when you're living with them 24/7. And then, but I can still go back to this place where you can't get to, you can't go. So there's not an equal sharing amount of information. The second thing is about, oh, we can't have anybody else. So this is a monogamous relationship, but you got your brother boyfriend over here. Also, the whole thing, we have to have our lives separate. It allows for a asymmetrical knowledge base to happen. And it's like, I still don't know what is the thing with you and your boyfriend or your boyfriend brother, because you won't tell me. Like, this is not a recipe for success. That being said, men is being changed by hanging out with Joe. Just like his sister was like, you didn't eat things where you slumming a knacker. Ooh, child, the ghetto. What is you eating? You wouldn't eat it unless it's Michelin star. Ooh, 2-minute noodle. Ooh. However, one of the things that I do see is that Mem is having feelings, and he doesn't want to talk to. He doesn't want to admit it. B doesn't want to talk to Joe about the feelings of jealousy. You know what? In a relationship, sure, you have jealousy and you can be jealous. Talk to your partner. Just don't take it out on them. Like, these are jealousy is not a bad thing or something like, oh, if you honestly talk about it and just don't go off on, like, be all wild and huff and puff and all this other kind of stuff. This is the like fertile soil for relationships to grow. It's not something bad that should be avoided. But Ming doesn't know how to do that. I'm guessing it's from a place of not being able to be vulnerable. And that's me reading a lot of it into it. But he just really doesn't like feeling vulnerable and feeling weak. And so he's actually overcompensating that with being so controlling with Joe. And he can do that with Joe because Joe is just like, oh, somebody broke into my house and had the lights on and was cooking. All I ask for. I smell food, not edible food. I smell food and somebody was waiting for me. Burglars do that all the time. So like, this is not something. So Ming is just not at where he is right now. He seems very immature. And like, if this was a high school BL, I'd be like, they're in high school, they're immature, they haven't had that growth. This is a grown ass man. So like, what is your, like, is it like influenza or like it's a problem? He just looks like a problem. He just is. I feel bad for Joe and coming up. I also feel bad for Soul. I really think that Soul is going to come back. I just don't think that it's a one and done thing, and he kind of like moved back for a purpose. Maybe the whole metaphor of him like physically being fighting back and forth with Joe, showing that he's a fighter and that he's willing to do this, and he's going to put the rubber to the road. I just don't know how long we're going to be in this flashback. I know we're setting up story and things like that, and we're building it up, but it's just very interesting seeing all this, how it was. And I'm like, you came back for this? Like, you would just stay dead for this. Like, it's just,
This ain't unfinished business.
right. This is not unfinished business. This is finished business. It was finished before it started, but I'd be very interested in what happens next, because I have guesses.
I agree in thinking that Soul is going to come back at some point. I feel like we spent too much time emphasizing him this episode to let it end as minimally as it did. When that scene happened and Ming was all smiling like, oh my God, I have someone who loves me. Let me go run home and cook him. Like, oh, we're setting up this cute little couple. In my head, I'm like, okay, well, at least it didn't go the route of single white female or something like I was. Because my initial thought before we hit that scene was Ming is going to kill this man in some way, shape, or form in the future. This man is going to get too close to Joe. Ming is going to have some sort of jealous rage snap, and this man is going to end up dead somehow. Still can happen. Don't know, because Ming seems just terribly unstable, I guess is the best way I can say, emotionally unstable. As much as, I like to joke and I got my love can fix him. Love can't fix that shit. That's something that it's going to take some soul searching, maybe the help of a medical professional, maybe some medication, maybe some, I don't know. That's not something that the love of a sweet boy taking you in is going to fix. So Ming is, it's many mood swings as Joe had in his little training sessions this episode. Ming had just as many mood swings, if not more. And it's just like, it's too much. It's too much for me to want to deal with. So no, you're not going to invite yourself into my house. B, after you've invited yourself to move into my house, you're not going to make the rules of the house, because my name is on this mortgage. I am paying these bills. This is my home. You are a visitor. You are a guest who has laid down some good dick apparently and overstayed his welcome. But no, these are not things that are going to happen. And then, like DZ was saying, the rules that he was coming up with, it's like, no, I don't think this arrangement's gonna really work for me. Not asking about each other's lives, fine. I cannot ask you about your life while you're living at home with your mama. Like, us not seeing anybody else. Are we in a relationship? Have we established that we are in a committed relationship with one another? Otherwise, no. There's just a lot of times where I'm like, no, this is not going to work for me. Ming is jealous, which DC said, it's not anything that's bad as long as you communicate. And like, if you communicate your feelings of jealousy with me, or if I communicate my feelings of jealousy with you, we can talk about it. You can validate my feelings, this, that, the other. We can move forward, and it's all well and good. But just the flashes of jealousy and possessiveness out of nowhere. Because like, girl, I'm at work. I'm doing my job. I met this girl 30 seconds ago. Why are you getting pissed off because I got the fool to do my fucking job? Why? Are you bisexual? The fuck does it matter to you? Are you dating her? I'm like, I met her 30 seconds before you did. Like, no. Like, and even if I was, who cares? We are not in a committed relationship. It's like, no, I only like guys. Oh, so that's why you're so close with that makeup artist. I'm like,
yes.
So what if I am? Like just the boundless jealousy with no grounds. I'm like, sir, right away, that is red flag number one, where it's like, no, red flag number one was when we got to my job and you were like, hey, you can't tell anybody about this. Okay, who would I tell? No, you can't tell anybody about this. That tells me enough to know that I don't want to do this again. Okay, good, fine, one and done. That's red flag number one. Possessiveness, that, out of nowhere, red flag number two. The mood swings are just wild and crazy. You come into my house you looking down on me in my own home, your legs crossed, drinking my fucking tea, talking about you reeked of alcohol, so that seemed like the proper place for you. You ain't nothing but a motherfucking stand. No, sir. No, sir. What you can do is be motherfucking stand and go stand in your mama's motherfucking house. You can get out of my house, because I'm not, no, you gotta be out your goddamn mind. I'm sorry, no. There's just a lot of things where it's like, so like there are times where they're trying to like set up the romance of it all, and they're falling, and they've got the romantic music, and like they got the cute little scene, and he's cooking, and we're eating the noodles, and I'm like, I can recognize that this is supposed to be a budding romance with them. I am not in any way, shape, or form shipping them, but also I don't think the series itself is trying to make us like Ming. Every episode they're like, well, I was doing good, but then I met Ming, it was my worst nightmare. Now this is what I thought would be a beautiful moment, and then I died. Like every episode they're ending it letting us know that, hey, this relationship is going to lead to Joe's death eventually. So I don't think the series is trying to get us on Ming's side, but they're doing a good job or serviceable job of saying, hey, look at this romantic scene that they had. This is where this romance happened. Y'all as the audience may not be buying this fucking romance, but this is where it happened. So I don't know. I don't know how to feel about Ming. Joe's got issues he got to deal with too. Obviously, his parents died when he was young, so he didn't have that. He's been alone. He's been alone for a lot of his life. He's not had that, warm family environment that he's been craving. So he's getting the slightest bit of attention, and he is just like, oh my God, this man loves me. Oh my God. And he's willing to do anything to please this man. And I'm like, oh, baby, I hate to see it for you. I hate to see it for you. God, I wish Soul came back just 2 months ago. As far as Dong, I don't know. I didn't see nothing from him except when he didn't want to do the damn scene, so he's a lazy actor. That's all I got for him this episode. It's refreshing to see Up in such a different role than Lovely Rider. I'll say that, because like that's the only frame of reference I have for Up as an actor. So I'm like, it's nice to see him as something a little bit more complex and hateful.
That's the other thing I was going to say. Min really doesn't know. He's just so immature, and he just doesn't know about the his emotions, or how to handle his emotions. Because for him to say, you're just a stand-in, is that he was hurt and he had feelings about whatever. It wasn't Joe's fault that he has feelings. Your feelings are your responsibility. So, but he was hurting, so he figured that he would hurt Joe in some way, and he knows Joe is just soft and gooey on the inside and outside, and he knows where it's going to say it. And so, you're just a stand-in. If I'm a stand-in, why'd you come back? If I'm just standing in, and so Ming, he doesn't know how to deal with the insides of his own, and he becomes a problem for everybody. And I guess that's, like Topher said, he's showing it, and the series is showing this, he's a problem, and he's a problem for himself and everybody because of XYZ. Are you bisexual? And this was even before you moved in. This is like you stayed over one night and we just had sex. Are you bisexual? Well, you're doing this. Like, oh my God, are you bisexual? Like, are you seeing somebody? Like, it's just, oh my goodness. Like, yeah, so yeah, that's what I wanted to add too. I forgot about that. That was bullshit.
Edison.
Look, I don't think Ming is serial killer bad. I don't think he is murdering Soul evil. I come from the perspective of if this endgame is Ming and Joe, then the show is going to find a way to redeem Ming. So I think Ming is a complex character, but I also see that everything he's doing is coming from insecurity and hurt. And for me, that's enough of an excuse to not necessarily justify his behavior, but to... It's not that bad to me. It's not that bad for me. Like, it's not that big of a red flag because I assume there will be growth. I will assume there will be acknowledgement of behavior and a bit of accountability. I foresee that for him. In the meantime, I understand his behavior comes from insecurity, assuming that he has a secret relationship with Tong or not. He has really low self-esteem because Tong has never validated his affection either publicly or, whatever. Like, he's been in love with Tong. He went away for 4 years, maybe to try and get over that. His love for Tong has crushed him in a way where he now is torn between that and his developing feelings for Joe. And so he's at a place where he's like, I'm not good enough. And because he doesn't like being vulnerable, like you said, he's taking the position of, I need to be in control so I don't appear weak, so I don't feel weak. And so he's laying out these conditions, he's doing things on his term because he's afraid of playing things not safe. He is jealous, that's understandable because that's an attack on his attractiveness, his desirability. Like, he can't have anything threaten that. So, like, I can explain all his actions in my head. I see the sort of, like, insecure boy. Like, everyone, although they're a grown adult, still have growing to do. Like, Joe. Well, I mean the characters in this show, like, Joe, is a grown adult, but he is not managing his feelings quite well. Like, he has some responsibility in being able to hold Ming accountable or at least create distance or at least do something, but he's just a puppy dog and, that's cute in itself. But if he's going to go down this road, like, he is responsible for his own feelings and how far he lets things go. So Ming saying that he's a stand-in, Ming saying all of this, Ming not acknowledging his growing feelings, kind of trying to have a bit of both, trying to hang on to Tong, but also because he can't have romantic feelings for Tong, expressing them with Joe and living out those fantasies with Joe, but getting that intermingled. Like, it's all interesting. I'm still open-minded to Ming not being a horrible person, just like someone who doesn't know how to manage a lot of feelings.
So people down in the comment section, go ahead and flame Edison about Min being his favorite character.
Honestly, he doesn't bother me right now. Like, some of the things he said were a bit intense. Like, in the moment, I was like, that's really mean to say you're just a stand-in. But if he's just lashing out of jealousy, like, he's just a baby. Like, he's harmless. Like, he's just a baby who doesn't know how to handle his... I see a hurt baby and I just see a baby who can't, create boundaries. And I'm like, these babies just need to work things out together.
He's a man. He's a man baby.
I don't think they need to work them out together. I think they need to work them out separately in their own spaces. I don't think they need to be in any way, shape, or form together. But that's neither here nor there. One concern I do have about Ming, though, is like, yes, we saw throughout like the end of this episode, like he had this change. It's like, oh, Joe's love is warming him up, this, that, the other. I am concerned that he's the type that will change, but not for long. I feel like he is going to revert back to his controlling, jealous, possessive ways with a quickness. And it's just going to keep amping up each time. And Joe's just going to keep begging him to stay, begging him to come back because he wants that love. He wants that validation. He wants that person to leave his lights on and run up the electricity bill and, whatever. But so I'm concerned about that also because I assume that it's not going to end well for them just from the way that they keep telling me that it's not going to end well.
When you have an abusive partner and you get into an abusive relationship, especially when you are dealing with trauma, when people say, oh, why don't you just leave me? It's so not that easy. It is honestly not that easy. And especially when you have, I just can't explain to you, because also the abusive partner they'll abuse you or do something like whatever, and then they're nice. And they're not constantly and then they kind of gaslight you into like you know what, I did this for you, but I'm not that bad, and it could have been like this, and all this other kind of stuff. And it's not really a simple thing, especially when you have your own trauma that you haven't dealt with. Which is why, to Topher's point, they need to do it separately. And I have to remember to give people who are grace to people who are like 18 and under and 21 under. You know what? They don't know any better and all this other kind of stuff. And, you know, family fucked them up. But when you become legally an adult, and you know, you become like emancipated, if you're fucked up, that you stay fucked up, and you choose to stay fucked up, you know, you have agency and stuff like that. I just have a less grace for like people who are like older, and I just don't have it. It's like, I don't know, maybe because I've done work too, so it is what it is.
From a place where I've done no work, and I'm like, you know, old, so I'm like, you're just like me. Let's just be messes together. I don't know if we've reached a place where everything is abusive, but we'll see. Like, if we're working back from them being together in the end, 100% Ming is gonna get redeemed at some point. There's gonna be something where they're switching the current, and it's like, he's gonna be the greatest person ever.
You know what they say? Kill me once, shame on you. Kill me a second time, shame on me.
100% Ming was trying to warn Joe, and then his phone ran out of battery, and...
Could be. Yes, right now I'm just speaking as of things I have seen. So as things I have seen in 2 episodes, right now, Ming is setting off alarms in my head. And I feel like in 3 more episodes, he'll be setting off alarms in Joe's car, Joe's house, Soul's house, and some other shit. He might start whiling. But I don't know. I love being proven wrong in these scenarios, and I would love for the storytellers to prove me wrong. Please, bring a grandma in here and keep her alive. I mean, this ain't GMMTV, it's IQIY, so like, anything's possible.
Thanks everyone for watching my stand-in reaction for episode 2. See you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.